Welcome back, True Seeker. Another celebrity death in the headlines. This time it is the current owner of OnlyFans. And while the news breaks today, Monday, March 23rd, it's believed that he passed on March 20th. That was the same day we got the news of the Buffy actor dying in his sleep, and Robert Mueller reportedly passed that same day. Granted, that news broke the day after. But we talked about what was so fateful about March 20th, the 79th day of the year. Of course, 79 connects to murder in the language of Gematria. And as you can see on the screen, so does the number 34. You can see that OnlyFans equates to 34, like Ukraine, like murder. And in the case of Leo Radvinsky, he is from Ukraine, but calls Chicago home. And he goes by Leo. And of course, we're in the time of Pope Leo, who's from Chicago. And there's been a lot of Chicago-related news ever since Trump won the rigged selection over Kamala, who had the DNC in Chicago. Trump took the 312 electoral college votes, like Chicago's the 312. Then Pope Francis, whose birth name equaled 312 in Gematria, died on the 312th day of Trump's age. Before, again, we got the first Pope from Chicago. Again, the 312 area code. So I want to go through all that stands out about this. The connection to the Pope, the connection to the sin tax, which has been in the news this year. States like Florida are considering a 50% tax on the revenues of OnlyFans creators. Pretty excessive tax. They're calling it the sin tax. And of course, the Catholic Church for years made people pay indulgences for sin. But yeah, let's go through this bit by bit. Again, they said he's a Ukrainian. They say at the time of his death, he was worth $4.7 billion. Part of me wonders how much he might have taken from U.S. taxpayers in the schemes that have been going on in the time of the war by the numbers over there in Ukraine. And you can see how OnlyFans and murder overlap. So beware, OnlyFans creators, because this is how the cabal operates, by this Kabbalistic code of letters and numbers known as Gematria. Again, there's the song out there, Gematria, the killing name. There's murder by numbers by the police, where killing's as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3. If you're new here, these ciphers are all based on the alphabetic order. There's 4 base ciphers of the English language: alphabetic order, reverse alphabetic order, and both orders with numerology applied. Now, as for the news breaking today, it's the 191st day of the Pope's age, and that is the 43rd prime number, and they're saying that Leo Radvinsky, the OnlyFans owner, is 43 years old. They're saying he died from a private battle with cancer. We're seeing a lot of this cancer-related death, probably more than ever in the world of celebrity to start 2026. Don't forget, cancer equals 26. We've seen numerous headlines where people say, oh, they didn't even know he was battling cancer, just like they do with the death of the OnlyFans creator. Nobody knew he was having this cancer battle that he's died from. And you can see how the words assassination overlap. Same with Society of Jesus. And keep in mind, in the base cipher, Society of Jesus also equates to 187 and 79. He died on the 79th day of the year, 187 days after the Pope's birthday. They saved the news for the 191st day of the Pope's age. Florida's the state getting all the headlines for the sin tax. If it does pass in Florida, you can rest assured it's going to pass in other states. Florida, 43. And don't forget, that's where the election came down to for number 43, George W. Bush, whose daddy was the 43rd vice president. Don't forget, his brother Jeb Bush was the 43rd governor. And, you know, as I speak of this, I'm reminded, if I'm not mistaken, the current governor, DeSantis, he has the same birthday as Pope Leo, September 14th. So this would all line up the same way with him. Interesting. In light of Florida, there's a famous Leo down there playing football. Leo Messi, Lionel Messi. Possible coincidence? Possibly not. I'm sure you remember when Tom Brady went down to Florida at age 43 and won the rigged Super Bowl. We had that one called out. Patriots versus Chiefs in May, before they even started training camp. But yeah, this news was also saved for the 82nd day of the year. And who proposed the sin tax? James Fishback, young politician in Florida. And where did he go to school? Georgetown. Georgetown. James Fishback went to Georgetown, the first Jesuit university in the nation. The Jesuits who served the Pope. And the original founder of OnlyFans, Tim Stokely, it's interesting that the news breaks on the 82nd day of the year because Stokely is 82. And the news does break on a date with 72 numerology. We've talked about this numerous times. Jesuit order and pornography, the Gematria overlap. They both have the 72 connection, the 144 connection, the 153 connection. And just to take you back to March 20th, the day they're saying he passed, you had the death of Nicholas Brendan at age 54, who was in Buffy that ran 144 episodes. His name 153 and 72 like Jesuit order. Dead 187 days after the Pope's birthday. He was a vampire slayer, 187 and 79, dead on the 79th day of the year. And you also had the death of Robert Mueller on that day. They saved the news for one day before the anniversary of the Mueller report coming out. But notice, dead on the same day, Robert Mueller, 187 and 79. Again, if you're new here, been showing the language in the calendar traced back to the Catholic Church. The calendar implemented by the Jesuit priest Christopher Clavius in tribute to the Pope. All roads leading to Rome. Rituals all day, every day. And again, March 20th can be written 320. Vampire slayers have a lot to do with Catholic priests carrying around holy water and, crucifixes. Roman Catholic Church, 320. The Roman Catholic Church that used to really tax people for sin with indulgences. How this seems to be lined up with the Jesuit fish back, Jesus the fisherman. But what are the odds it would all line up just this way? So part of me also wonders, is this man even dead? Is this a way to escape tax liabilities? One wonders about all this. From what I understand about this OnlyFans owner, is he was making the majority of his wealth with questionable websites online even prior to OnlyFans. But yeah, whatever the case is, no doubt more news by the numbers. And I think that's the extent of it for now, Truth Seeker. So we'll leave it there. And until next time.